After the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan, terrorist groups enjoy greater freedom in Afghanistan than at any time in recent history. And there are no signs that the Taliban leadership has taken steps to limit the activities of foreign terrorists in the war-torn country. This has been claimed by UN report, which also states that since 2021, Pakistan-based terror groups Jaish-e-Mohammad and Lashkar-e-Taiba have been maintaining training camps in the war-torn country. A report.
Afghanistan once again has become a hotbed of terrorism, providing sanctuary for terrorists. Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan in August of last year has increased the presence of anti-India terror groups in the country. According to a recent UNSC report, Pakistan-based terror groups are maintaining their training camps in some provinces of Afghanistan, and some of them are directly under the Taliban's control. Jaish-e-Mohammad and the Lashkar-e-Taiba, led by 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks mastermind Hafiz Saeed, still have hundreds of terrorists who are using Afghan soil to create unrest in neighboring countries. The 13th report of the Analytical Support and Sanctions Monitoring Team claims that Jaish-e-Mohammad maintains 8 training camps in Nangarhar, 3 of which are directly under Taliban control. Specifically, the report said Jaish-e-Mohammad has appointed Qari Ramzan as the new head of the grouping in Afghanistan. The terror group was founded by Masood Azhar, who was listed as an international terrorist in 2019 after the Pulwama terror attack in India.
This is hardly surprising. I mean, after all, if you have taken the help of Pakistan to come to power, Pakistan provided you sanctuary for 2 long decades, enabled your strategizing, enabled you to take over that particular country, then as a pleasing quid pro quo, you also have to help terrorist groups supported by Pakistan. The second part is a different part. It's basically, have terrorist groups been energized by the takeover of the Taliban of Afghanistan? The answer is yes.
Not only Taliban is providing a safe haven to Pakistan-based terrorist groups, but the report by the UN also claimed that the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan has put 9/11 planners back in the terror cockpit. The report said that the core Al-Qaeda continues to operate with impunity in Afghanistan since August 2021 in the eastern region from Zabul province towards Kunar and along with the border with Pakistan. Al-Qaeda has used the Taliban's takeover to attract new recruits and funding and its affiliates worldwide. The Taliban's victory in Afghanistan has not only provided the space for openly organizing the training camps, but has also inspired terrorist organizations of various hues. Besides Al-Qaeda, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammad and the Islamic State of Khorasan, East Turkestan Islamic Movement has also become active in Afghanistan. All of these indicate that while the Taliban assurances for not letting the terrorists operate from its soil have remained on paper, the Taliban administration is helping them.
Why should the Taliban be interested in controlling terrorists? After all, they took a lot of help from a lot of people, other terrorist groups, to come to power. Having come to power with their help, they are not likely to turn around and take action on these people immediately. You could also pose the question whether they are actually able to do so or not. And it is quite likely that in many areas of Afghanistan, they won't be able to do so. The difference between the current Taliban and the Taliban that existed in the 90s is, this is not a very centralized Taliban. Here there are factions within the Taliban. Each province has a different kind of a Taliban, where people who are at the top positions in one province do not know people in the other provinces. So under those circumstances, it is so decentralized, you can say it is so compartmentalized. It is extremely difficult to find out whether the Taliban leadership actually knows what is going on inside Afghanistan.
Though the Taliban have continued to insist publicly that there are no foreign terrorists in Afghanistan, the member states are clear that many fought alongside the Taliban in 2021. India has been utilizing all the international forums to point out the fears of Afghanistan becoming the epicenter of terrorism. Recently, New Delhi at the Regional Security Dialogue on Afghanistan has stressed the need to enhance the capability of the war-torn country to counter terrorism and terror groups that pose a threat to regional peace and security. The time has come for the international community to decide on how to bring about a permanent ceasefire and an immediate cessation of violence in Afghanistan. Anything short of this will constitute a serious threat to regional peace and security.